Hello student, I am Kadambini Balakrishna Patil, teacher in mathematics, presently working with Deccan Education Societies, Willingdon College, Sangli. We have started with our integration in which we have solved the examples which are directly related to the derivative. We'll see the remaining examples also. So for that, we'll move towards the PPT. Our next example is integral of 2x minus 7 upon root of 3x minus 2 dx. Okay. Now here what we have to do, we have to split our numerator in terms of denominator's function. So for that we need to write 2x minus 7 in terms of a into something a into 3x minus 2 plus b. Why we have to do this? Because there is a root sign in the denominator and there is no other term plus or minus another root sign for rationalization. This is there is a surd, then you are able to rationalize, but it's not there. Only thing is that you need to write numerator in such a way that denominator will get cancelled. That is only the thing. So how to find out? To find this, you know that it is equal, we say. Therefore, you are able to say that 3a into x minus 2a plus b. Okay, this is a constant. So I will write this as 3a in one bracket into x plus of minus 2a plus b. Now you compare the x coefficient and the constant from here. So you will get this as 3a equal to 2. Look at here, 3a equal to 2. So what is the value of a? This implies value of a is 2 upon 3. Now what is next? Next is that I will take the comparison of constant. So what is the comparison of constant? Minus 2a plus b is equal to minus 7. And what you will get? You will get this as minus 2 into the value of a, that is 2 upon 3 plus b equal to minus 7. So you will get this as minus 4 upon 3 plus b equal to minus 7 and b equal to minus 7 plus 4 upon 3. And now if you will take the LCM, you know that your LCM is nothing but 3. So you will get minus 7 3s are minus 21 plus 4. So which is equal to minus 17 upon 3. So now you got the values. Okay, once if you got the values, you know that how you will write your expression. This expression you are able to write 2x minus 7 is equal to a value is here, that is 2 upon 3 into 3x minus 2 plus b value is minus 17 upon 3. Okay, this value you need to substitute for the numerator, and so that this will be get simplified. Because how you will get the simplified? This you are able to write as 2 upon 3 root of 3x minus 2 bracket square plus minus 17 upon 3. And if you will separate the denominator, you will get your integration direct using a method. So we will begin with that. There is another method also to find the values. So we will see that expression 2x minus 7 in terms of 3x minus 2 is, just now we have discussed, 2 upon 3 into 3x minus 2 plus 4 upon 3 minus 7, which is minus 17 upon 3. This is also one of the method that you are going to solve it. Okay, so now substitute in integration. So what integration becomes? Your integration becomes 2 upon 3 3x minus 2 minus 17 upon 3 dx. Separate the denominator. Denominator if you will separate, you will get 2 upon 3 3x minus 2 upon root of 3x minus 2 minus 17 upon 3 upon root of 3x minus 2 dx. Now you are having two terms. So separate the integral for the two terms. That is by using your theorem 2. So that you will get 2 upon 3. And just now I have explained that 3x minus 2 is nothing but root of 3x minus 2 bracket square upon root of 3x minus 2. So 1 3x minus 2 will get cancelled, and therefore you are getting here as root of 3x minus 2, and 2 upon 3 is constant, so that is out of the integral sign. Here again you are getting 17 upon 3 out of the integral sign, as it is a constant. You will get 1 upon root of 3x minus 2 dx. Okay, now here there is a root sign. You know this is 3x minus 2 raised to half. So by that formula, you will get here as integration of 3x minus 2 raised to half dx minus 17 upon 3 integral of 1 upon root 3x minus 2. Here also you are able to write 3x minus 2 raised to minus half. You know that we are using that again and again. So what you will get your integral. Here also they are used two methods. I have used here the method which is nothing but first of all you adjust the 2 that I have already explained in 1 upon root x. There I have explained that we are adjusting 2 is 1 upon 2 root x. So you will get this value is nothing but root x, and 2 is already having. So you will get 2 root x. Look at here. You will get 2 root, and I have explained you also if it is a linear function x plus b, that the coefficient of a is also goes to the denominator. So what is the coefficient of 3x plus 2 minus 2? That is 1 upon 3. So here it is 1 upon 3. Okay, so same thing you are getting here also 1 upon 3. That means you have to divide by the coefficient of x, that is 3. So you will get 1 upon 3. So and here you are having power x raised to n. So you are using x raised to n formula, that is integral x raised to n dx is nothing but, here dx is important, x raised to n dx is nothing but n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So here you got half plus 1 is 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2. Now we need to simplify. So now look at here, 2 upon 3 is there. This 2 goes to the numerator. So again you will get 2 upon 3, and this one is 3. So what will be the value? 4 upon 27. 3x minus 2 raised to 3 by 2. Here you are having 3. Here you are having 3. So 3 into 3 is 9, and 17 2s are 34. So you will get this value as 4 upon 27. 3x minus 2 raised to 3 by 2 minus 34 upon 9. 3x minus 2 raised to half dx. Why half? Because it is a root sign. So you will get 3x minus 2 raised to half. So this is your next example. So we'll solve the next example, that is integration of. Look at here. There are many examples, out of which we'll take few examples. So here there are 21 examples. Okay, out of that we'll take 3-4 examples, because remaining you are able to solve by using the same method. So we'll start with our 12th example. Our 12th example says that integration of root of 1 plus sine 3x. Now this is sine 3x, 1 plus sine 3x. So trigonometry again. So what is your trigonometry? Here you are able to write, because we don't want root sign. It is a composite function as well as trigonometric. For the trigonometric also there is an allied angle. So we are not familiar with such type of functions to find the derivative or the antiderivative of the function. So we'll start simplifying, because there are the techniques now. So we'll use that technique. So first technique is which we are going to use, that is in terms of trigonometry. So now look at here, this one is there, that means cos square plus sine square will decide the angle. Cos square plus sine square is 1. So how will decide the angle? Will decide the angle from sine 3x. Now we know that sine 2 theta formula is there. That is nothing but 2 sine theta by 2 cos theta by 2. Okay. Now for sine theta by 2 cos theta by 2, that is half angle. So half angle is here 3x upon 2 we want. So if 3x upon 2 we want, that means multiply by 2. So I will write this as 2 into 3x upon 2. Okay. So you will get this as 2 sine 3x upon 2 into cos 3x upon 2. Okay. So you are use this angle formula. Now this is for here. Now 1 is there. If you want to complete this square, you know that whatever angle you are having here, the same angle you will take for the identity. So we get this identity as cos square 3x upon 2 plus sin square 3x upon 2 plus 2 sin 3x by 2 cos 3x by 2 dx. So now we'll start simplifying. What is the simplification? This is a bracket square and we'll vanish your root, because you will get integration of root of cos of 3x upon 2 plus sin of 3x upon 2 bracket square. So now it's a bracket square, means root sign will not be there. So you will get integration of cos 3x plus sin 3x upon 2 dx. Now separate the integral, as we are already learned that integration is distributive or addition. So what you will get? You will get here as integration of cos of 3x upon 2 dx. This is the first term, and second term will be integration of sin 3x upon 2 dx. Okay, I will say the integration sign must be proper. That must look like a integration of sin 3x upon 2. Now look at here. This gives you, what it gives you? Whose derivative is cos? Cos is the derivative of sine. So whatever may be the angle, you will get sine 3x upon 2. And this is a linear function. That means what is the coefficient of x? Coefficient of x is 3 by 2. Look at the coefficient. This is the coefficient of x that we require again in the denominator. So you will get 1 upon 3 upon 2. You have to divide by that coefficient. Plus, now in this plus, whose derivative is sine? Sine is the derivative of cos. So you will get minus cos 3x upon 2. Again you need to think about what will be the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x is 1 upon 3 by 2. Now look at here. This value is here. The sin 3x upon 2 into 1 upon 3 upon 2 minus cos of 3x upon 2 into 1 upon 3 upon 2. This denominator goes to numerator. So this 2 goes to the numerator. It becomes 2 upon 3. It will be the next step. Next step is 2 upon 3 is here. 2 upon 3 is there. You are able to take that common. So 2 upon 3 sin 3x by 2 minus cos 3x by 2 plus constant of integration. This is your final value or final integration from the given example. We'll start with the next example, that is 13 integral of sin raised to 4x dx. Okay. Now we'll use the identity. There is a trigonometry for the fourth power. There is no identity. That means what? We are going to split in the second power. That is sin raised to 4. We are able to write as, what way you are able to write? That is sin square x bracket square. And here sin square x, you know that you have two identities. Either you write 1 minus cos square or in terms of multiple angle of a cos. But if you will write 1 minus cos square, again you will get the fourth power. So there is no use of using this identity. So which identity we'll use then? We'll use the identity where you will get the multiple of an angle. So what are the multiple of angle? That is also in terms of cos of 2 theta. What are the identities? Cos square theta minus sin square theta. Other is 2 cos square theta minus 1. Then you are having 1 minus 2 cos square theta. And the last one is 1 plus tan square theta upon 1 minus tan square theta. These are the identities for the multiple angle of cos 2 theta. Now here we are having sin square theta. So we'll use the identity of the sin square theta only. So what identities we are going to use? This is 1 minus 2 sin square theta cos 2 theta equal to. So we left with this identity. Okay. We need to simplify this identity. So how to simplify this identity? We'll simplify this identity as cos 2 theta equal to 1 minus 2 sin square theta. Okay, take 2 sin square theta to this side and cos 2 theta to here. So that you will get 2 sin square theta. 2 sin square theta equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta. and sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta upon 2. This value will replace here. So what value you will get here? You will get half of 1 minus cos 2x square dx. In place of theta we are having x now. Now this is a square, so square the term. Once if you square the term, you will get this as 1 minus. You are squaring. That means this half is also squared. Okay. This half is inside the sign. So you are able to square that also. So this is a square. Square into 1 minus cos of 2x bracket square. So it becomes 1 upon 4 because you are able to write this as 1 minus cos 2x. Look at here. Upon 2 bracket square dx. We are using this. So you will get half square into 1 minus cos 2x bracket square. So 1 upon 4 integral 1 minus 2 cos 2x plus cos square 2x dx. Again we are using the identity here. So which identity we are using? Cos of 2x or 2 theta equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1. So shift 1 to this side. You will get 1 plus cos of 2 theta upon 2 equal to cos square theta. Look at here. In place of theta, I will write 2x. So I'll get 1 plus cos of 2 into 2x, which is 4x upon 2 equal to cos square 2x. This value I will replace here. So what I will get? I will get this as 1 upon 4, 1 minus cos 2x. And you are having 1 half 1 plus cos 4x. Look at here, this value. Okay, so 1 half 1 plus cos 4x dx. Now this is simplified. There is no power but multiple angle, but multiple angle is in the linear form. So linear integration you know. Now separate out. First we'll calculate this constant together and then we'll integrate. So here you will get this as 1 upon 4 integral of 1 minus 2 cos 2x plus half plus 1 upon 4 cos 4x dx. Now this is half and this one is 1. So which gives you 3 by 2. So here is the another integration, that is 1 upon 4, 1 minus 2 cos 2x plus half plus 1 upon 2 cos 4x dx. This is the last step. And here you will get 3 by 2x. Look at here. So this is 1. And this is half. It becomes, here is the middle step, that is nothing but 1 upon 4 integral 3 by 2 minus 2 cos 2x, and then you are having plus half cos of 4x dx. Okay, 4x dx. Now look at here. That is separation 3 by 2 as it is. Integration of dx is x minus 2 out of the integral sign. That means 1 upon 4 complete bracket. You will get 3 by 2 integral dx, which gives you x. Okay. Then you take minus 2 common. You will get this is cos 2x dx. You know that whose derivative is cos? Derivative of sine is cos. So you will get sine 2x, and this is a linear function. So what is the multiple of x? That is 2. So you will get 1 by 2 here. Okay. Similarly, the next one is half here. Integration of cos 4x dx. Look at here. Whose integral is cos or whose derivative is cos? You will get sine. So sine is here. Half is already there. Sine 4x. And what is the coefficient of x? That is 4. So you will get 1 upon 4 here. Okay. So plus constant of integration. Now we need to simplify. That means multiply by 4 or take out the common. So what you will get? Simplification gives you 1 upon 4, 3 by 2x. This 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. You will get sine 2x. 4 2s are 8. So 1 upon 8 sine 4x plus constant of integration. So this way we are completed our next example. Next is nothing but it is a combination of sine and cos. Now here you are having sine cube x minus cos cube x upon sine square into cos square. Now look at here. Is there any relation between cube and square? And that you will get from a cube minus b cube. You are able to factorize this. What is a cube minus b cube? A cube minus b cube is a minus b a square plus ab plus b square. Okay, so by this you will get your factorization and you will get your formula. Either you are able to use this formula or in a plus b bracket cube also. So we'll begin with that. So once you will begin with that, you separate out the denominator. So there is another method in which we are separating. This method I have discussed, you are able to solve by this method also. So we'll start with the another method, and this method you are going to solve it. Sin cube x upon sin square x cos square x, because here you are able to cancel out, you left with sin x upon cos square x. Here you are able to cancel out, you left with cos x upon sin square x, which is directly in the formula. Okay, what is that formula? Formula says that sin x upon cos square x minus cos x upon sin square x. Okay, take 1 sin and cos together, so you will get tan x, and 1 upon cos square is sec x, means sec x tan x. Here you will get cosec x cot x. Okay, so by that identity you will get here formula as 1 upon cos x sin x upon cos x minus 1 upon sin x cos x upon sin x dx. So what will be the next? Next is nothing but it is integral of sec x tan x minus cosec x cot x dx. Now look at here. This is the derivative of sec x. This is the derivative of minus cosec x. Okay. First we need to separate out. Once if you will need to separate out, you will get this as, look at here. Here is the next step, which is integral of sec x tan x dx. Okay. Means you need to find out the whose derivative is sec x tan x, that is sec x. So you got here as sec x. Okay. Now next is sec x cot x dx. Now look at here. This is the derivative of minus cosec x. So you are getting here as minus cosec x. So now the final answer will be sec x minus of minus is plus cosec x plus constant of integration. Okay. So this way we are completed with this trigonometric functions in numerator and the denominator. And this one is the last question, which is straightway you will get the answer, that is integration of tan inverse of root of 1 minus sin x upon 1 plus sin x. We'll begin with this because as usual you know that it is tan inverse, means you want root of. So inside you will get, if it is tan square, then root sign will be cancelled and the tan of it function. So that way we'll consider this function. So we'll begin with that. Tan inverse of, as usual, we don't know any identity which converts sine and cos. Only thing is that here cos 1 minus cos and 1 plus cos will converted into sine and cos. So we need to convert sine into cos by using our trigonometry as sine of 90 minus theta. We want acute angle and that is also in first quadrant. So if it is sine of pi by 2 minus theta is cos theta. So the same way I will write sine of x is cos of pi by 2 minus x, because cos of pi by 2 minus theta is sine theta. So that I am using here. So tan inverse of root of 1 minus cos pi by 2 minus x upon 1 plus cos pi by 2 minus x dx. Now look at here, we are using 1 minus cos theta formula, 1 plus cos theta formula. Okay, what is 1 minus cos theta and 1 plus cos theta? Just now we have already discussed. This is 1 minus. So you will get this as 2 sine square theta by 2. And this you will get as 2 cos square theta by 2. And hence, if you will substitute here, you will get in terms of tan. That we'll see. Here we are having the multiple angle. So we'll write that. So you will get this as tan inverse of, this is 2 into sine square. We are using this formula now. 2 into sine square. Now theta by 2 means pi by 2 minus x upon 2. So what you will get? You will get in the pi by 2 upon 2 and here minus x by 2. So you will get pi by 4 minus x by 2. So here your angle is pi by 4 minus x by 2. Similarly for the denominator, you will get 2 into cos square pi by 4 minus x by 2. Okay, so we are started with 2 will get cancelled, and you will get this as, look at here, sin square upon cos square is tan square. Next step will be tan inverse of root of tan square pi by 4 minus x by 2 dx. Now it is a tan square and the root, so you will get tan of pi by 4 minus x by 2 dx. Now tan inverse of tan means you will get the angle. That angle is nothing but integration of pi by 4 minus x by 2 dx. Now look at here, pi by 4 is constant, which is as it is. Integration of dx is x, then half is the constant. Integration of x is x square upon 2 by using the formula x raised to n dx, and plus constant of integration. So your final answer will be pi by 4x minus x square upon 4 plus constant of integration. Okay, so just now we have solved the examples which are directly from the derivative formula. We'll stop here. We'll continue in the next lecture. In this lecture, we have seen some examples which are directly based on the formula which we took from the derivative definitions. Okay, so we'll stop here. We'll continue in the next lecture. Thank you. Take care.